Are we running? I think we are. So I just want to do a really quick video. It's going to be a little bit ropey. I hope the sound's all right as well because I kept putting my finger over the audio thing. But I'm doing it in selfie because normally I record the screens, um, in a nice video so that you can see it. But I've actually had a question raised about my trading, my trading setup, my trading station by one by my good friend Kevin, Kev, and then also Douglas has mentioned it as well. My new friend Douglas. Um, so I just thought I'd go through showing you what I've actually got as a setup here. It may be a bit tricky to do it, but yeah, sorry that my office is such a mess, but that's just how I'm rolling at the moment. So yeah, as you can see here, I've got this monitor over here. This isn't really doing anything. I need to wire it up. It's causing me a bit of a pain, but I've got nice one, two, three big screens, and I've got this fourth one on the end. So before we say anything else, it's definitely worth mentioning that you don't need all these screens. Yeah, you can definitely trade on like one laptop screen. I wouldn't recommend doing it on your phone. You could, in theory, do it on an iPad, although there's other reasons why you might not want to do that because some of the graphical representation and the indicators might not work as well on an iPad or whatever. But anyway, I'm just going to show you my setup here. So to get all this set up, I mean, I am a computer nerd, but I remember being a little bit like, oh, is this going to work? But it wasn't actually that hard. I don't want to go into too much kind of hardware stuff, but I've basically just got loads. I've got a couple of, some of them are directly into my computer. Other ones have got these kind of VGA conversion things which go into USB port. It did cost a bit of money. The main expense actually with all of this was this stand I've got here. To have so these three are on a stand and they look really good, and then these bloody ones are just sitting on books. So what I really wanted to do was get, because I've actually got another monitor down on the floor here. I actually wanted to get three and then three above, but I haven't done that yet because I was looking at 250 quid for a new stand, and I just don't really know if I need it. So anyway, this one over here is going to be like my media one where I'm going to get like because obviously I run my website and I do a lot of stuff looking at charts, and then it would be handy to have another screen over here for the web stuff. But again, don't really need it. So I want to just show you what I've got. So I use fxcm. So before I kick that off, the good thing about fxcm is that you're able to, it's an application on your desktop as opposed to one which runs in blah, 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 in your web browser. So I used to actually have, you can see I've got Firefox down here. The only reason I've got that is because I used to use CNC Markets, I think it was, and I tried it with IG Index as well, but they all run in the browser, right? So I used to stretch a browser across these three screens and then try and run it like that, with all these charts. But it didn't work too well, to be honest. But anyway, this is exactly what I was looking for. I really hope the sound's okay because it was a problem last time. Um, so yeah, you just click on it, application, it gives you this login prompt. So I'll just put you up in the air whilst I log in. Um, I'm sure none of you lovelies would want to know my credentials anyway. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Are we in? Managed to get it wrong anyway. So yeah, it goes off and it spins around and it's just loaded. So what actually happens is it doesn't always set up straight away like this. But how I usually do it is that over on monitor 4 over here, I have my like order screen basically. So that's where I do all the, I've got my orders, my running trades, all that kind of stuff in there. And I just leave that over there because I don't actually spend a lot of time on this screen, just for kind of general things. So you can see that markets have just opened Sunday night, and well, they haven't actually opened. They're sorting themselves out. So apparently I'm £3 down, but that's just that doing that. But anyway, excuse me, losing my voice. There's if I go into profiles on here, I can go to rolling two. Now, rolling is basically just a gangster term because I'm such a badass, but that's just me being a knob, really. So as I select that, you see all my kind of screens have opened up here. Okay, except for the dead one, obviously, because he's not doing anything. But what I effectively have now are one, two, three, four, five, six charts, and this has been working really well for me. Okay, so what I effectively do is all these six charts here. I've got all the indicators set up how I want them. Sometimes I change them, but for each chart, and on the left hand side, I've got the weekly chart. Then I got the daily, then the 8 hour, then the 6 hour, the 4 hour, and the 2 hour. Okay, and so all my indicators are there. This is all for one pair. Okay, so if you come in a bit, you'll see that I've got it's focusing. Is it going to focus? Anyway, that says Euro USD up there. I don't know if it focuses. And I got Euro USD over here, Euro USD over here. So they're all set up nicely like that. So all you have to do is, and this is really hard for me to do whilst hiding behind this camera, I can get a mouse somewhere here. So if you look over top left of the center screen here, I can go to that drop down, and then I just change it. And the minute I change it, all the charts reload. And I just do that, and I just flick through. Basically, I flick through and I have a quick look at the weekly to see where the general trend is. I look, are there any setups on the daily? Are there any on the 8 hourly? Is there anything brewing? If so, then I come across the lower time frames and see if there's anything going on there. So in essence, I read it like a book. I start on the left and I kind of go, yeah, general trend. I want to kind of go with that. Daily, any setups? And I just look at it like that. And every day I just flick through them like that. All whatever I've got on there. So all the forex ones, indices and whatever. And I find it really efficient. As I say, you don't have to do this, but I get a really good picture of the kind of long-term trend of each symbol I'm looking at, and very very quickly I'm able to identify if there's any setups I want to take because of my indicators and all the rest of it. And it doesn't really matter on which indicator you've got. That's whatever setups you are looking for, you can do that. So what I will show you is quickly how you do this linking thing. So if I just close all this out, let me just kill that. So I'm just shutting down all the screens now. So I'm back to just having this one running over here. And then what I need to do is on the charts, the resolution's bad on the screen actually, but who cares because it doesn't matter. That's another thing is you don't need massive graphics for trading. It's quite cool like that actually. So all I've done is open a new market scope, right? So this is the standard. This is what you get on one screen market scope. So if you only had one screen, you'd get this on top of that on your laptop or whatever. But I've got two, and that one's set over there, so it's bounced up here. So this is what fxcm gives you out the box. So they've been really nice to us. They've given us a daily chart, which is probably reasonable. They've given a 1 hour chart, which you could argue you could use. And then they've given us a tick chart and a 1 minute chart. So we can get really in there and trade on the tick chart. Obviously, I think that's a load of bullshit. So we'll get rid of those. And then so we start to make it more simple. I'll then make this into an 8 hour chart here. So I've got a daily and 8 hourly. I'll get rid of that. That looks like volume. I think it is. Not sure. But anyway, you can set this up as you want, add indicators and all the rest of it. But what I'm demonstrating here is the screen linking thing. So I've now got a daily and an 8 hourly. So let's click the plus button, say create a new chart. So what I do is it gives me some option here. So I'll just give that, and then it gives me another tab. What I'll do is I'll drag that tab out and I'll drag it over to the right screen. Doesn't always do that. And then once it's unreleased, I can kind of just take it over here and drop it here. And obviously I can rearrange that and make it look nice and tidy, which is what I did before. Okay, now that's up and running. So let's say we want that to be a 6 hour chart. So I've just done that. And so you can obviously, I'd do this for multiple charts, which is how I've done it. So 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Yeah. Once I've done that, it's really simple, right? Because at the moment they're all independent. I've got Euros USD, GBP USD, and oil over here on different time frames. So, but what I like are the time frames. So I've got 1 day, daily, 8 hourly, and 6 hourly. So I like that. All I do is go to this little sucker up here and click link all. And then the minute I link all, these are now all linked. You'll see you've got these little padlocks here. And then that's it. So I just flick through. And the minute I change anything on any of the drop downs, they all change in series basically. And that's it. Oh no, actually that's not it. Once I've set that up, I then go over here and I go to view, and then I save profile and I give it a name. And then every time I just go and reopen that profile. That's how I created Rolling with my homies too. So that's it really. I know it looks quite complicated. It definitely looks quite cool, which is probably one of the main reasons I did it. But cards on the table, it does help me. It doesn't help me trade. It helps me trade more efficiently. Because I check my charts maybe once. Okay, well, being honest, I check them at home once in the evening, maybe once in the morning. Although I'm trying to iron that out and start my day with a bit more relaxing. But yeah, it allows me to flick through them much quicker than if I was trying to do one pair at a time and kind of look at all these time frames, because I do think it's important to get an overall picture personally. I'm not really this kind of guy that just looks at one time frame. I like to try and find the general trend, try and work with that trend, and look for setups within it. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I'll come back over here now. We hope that was helpful. Leave me a comment if you think it was, or you hate it, or what do you do? Or post a photo of your trading station. It'd be cool to see what's out there. But yeah, I hope you're all having fun. Live the dream. Oh yeah, share it as well, like it, whatever. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.